led to do this video to share my story and to share my testimony with you about, God finally blessing me with a home after being homeless for 7 years. Yes, 7 years. It's a long time, right? Um, and, I'm not ashamed to talk about my story. I'm not ashamed to speak about being homeless before, because I know that there's a lot of you out there who experience being homeless. You experience not having a roof over your head. You experience, being kicked out from your parents' home at at a certain time in your life, and you go through some things. Life has a crazy, um, ups and downs. Life is there's gonna be moments when you go through ups and downs in life. You don't know what's gonna hit you. You don't know what's gonna happen to you. And this is kind of what I've experienced. I never thought in a million years that I will experience being homeless. And I kind of feel like, um, that the reason why the reason why I went through what I went through was because, God was using me to be a voice to other people, and to speak up about what I've gone through, to give others, you know, to give others, um, just comfort, and to let them know that they're not the only ones going through, this. And so I was in a situation one time when I was in a relationship, and in that relationship, I was being abused. I was, in a domestic violence with someone that I was in a relationship with. And during that time, I found out that I was pregnant, um, you know, and we was going, it was, we was going through it, I, I was going through a situation where I was with this person who didn't really value me, who didn't really value what I had to give. Um, this person didn't respect me, um, and I was also going through a situation where I was being cheated on with this person that I was in a relationship with in my previous relationship. So I experienced being cheated on, being lied to, being betrayed, being used, being harassed, um, being treated like I was a dog. That's kind of how I felt when I was with this person. And everything was just falling apart. My relationship uh, fell apart with this person. And God gave me the strength to finally leave that relationship. God delivered me out of an abusive relationship. He brought me out of that situation because God saw that this person was not treating me right. God saw that what this person was doing behind my back, this person was cheating on me. This person was, indulging in some negative activities, this person was lying about me. This person was talking to other women behind my back. This person wasn't being truthful at all. So God saw all of that. God saw what I was going through. And he brought me out of that relationship. He brought me out of that abusive relationship. And then at that time, I was still pregnant. And I had to move back in with my mom. And I have younger siblings who, are still living with my mom. And I had to basically live with my mom because I didn't have enough money to support me and my child. I didn't have a car. I just lost my car, and so I was really going through it. And so I had to basically depend on my mother because that's what a mother is supposed to do, be there for their children. And so I needed support at that time, and my mom was there. She was there to support me. She was there to provide everything that my child needed. And because um, my baby's father wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. My baby's father wasn't. He didn't have a job. He didn't have. He wasn't making no. He wasn't making enough money to support us. And he wasn't basically. He didn't. He wasn't focused on us. He was too busy focusing on other things. He was too busy talking to other women. Too busy, on smoking and hanging out with friends or whatever. And so at that time, I was living with my mother. Yeah, and I wasn't planning on staying with my mom for a very long time, but you know, I couldn't get a job at that time because I was pregnant, and I was like way further along, and I was getting ready to, have this baby. I was getting ready to have my daughter. So, I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. I was basically broke, and my baby's father was, he kind of abandoned us. He abandoned his own child. He also like he didn't even care. Like I could see that he was trying a little bit in the beginning, but then he kind of like lost hope. Like he kind of lost hope that we would never be together again. And at that time, it kind of seemed like he didn't want to be with me. He wasn't planning on marrying me or something like that. So God showed me who this person was. He opened my eyes and showed me this person's true color, and that's when I took back my power. I decided that I wasn't gonna put myself through this anymore. I wasn't gonna put myself through. I wasn't gonna take any more crap from this person. I wasn't gonna take any more abuse. I wasn't gonna take any more disrespect from this person who didn't value me, who didn't value my child, who didn't value um, who I was. So I kind of left that. I kind of left that relationship. And I started focusing on me. I started focusing on my life. I started focusing on my child, and I started to, change myself. And one thing I don't regret is I don't regret having my child. I don't regret having a beautiful daughter. By someone who didn't want me. So I don't regret that, because I know that everything happens for a reason, and I know that um, that situation made me even stronger. It made me more wiser. It made me to not depend on a man. It made me not depend on someone who didn't see my value. And I took back my power. I started stepping up. Like, I'm not going to take no more crap from this person or anyone else, or I'm not going to take any more crap from any man who's going to put their hands on me, and who doesn't respect me, because all men want is one thing. All they want is one thing. And then when they get tired of you, they leave, and that's not how I wanted to be treated. I didn't want to be treated like I was like nothing. I really wanted someone that who loved me. I wanted someone who was going to be there for me, who would support me, who will do everything to, to put a roof over uh, his family. So I just knew that this person, he wasn't it. He wasn't my husband that God chose for me. So I kind of let that situation alone. I stopped talking to this person. I started focusing on myself. I started focusing on my music more, and at that time I was doing me. At that time, I was still living with my mom and I was still focusing on my music. I was grinding, and trying to better myself, and God has really been there for me. God has really supported me, and he has also gave me strength. God gave me strength. He gave me wisdom. He gave me the power, um, because that's how I knew that I had a purpose. That's how I knew that God was real. God is real. And that's when I started reading my Bible for the first time. And after I read the whole Bible, I started praying more. I started, you know, I don't know how many tears I cried. I really don't know how many tears I cried. But I remember crying. I remember crying. I remember, just talking to God. I was talking to God like, why am I going through this? Like, why are you putting me through this, God? Why am I going through this? And I remember God taught, he was just showing me things. He was showing me that he was there. He was showing me that, that he has never left my side. And I started praying more. I started fasting more, and I started reading my Bible more. I was studying my Bible day and night, and that's when I gave my life to Jesus. That's when I turned my life around. I even gave up smoking. I gave up, giving myself away. Um, I gave up hanging out with the wrong people. I gave all that up just to be a better mom and to be a better person. And I wanted to show God that this is not how I want to live. This is not where I want to spend the rest of my life. I don't want to live with my mom for the rest of my life until I'm old. No, I want to basically I want to change my life. I want to go after my dreams. I want to experience, you know, living the best life, And that's when God started opening doors. Like when I say God started opening doors for me, God really started showing me that he was real. God gave me a job, he opened doors for me. That's when I finally bought a car. And then after that, I was experiencing some more crap. I was experiencing problems with my family. I was, experiencing problems with the relationship that I have with my mom, and I kind of felt like my mom didn't really understood me. I didn't think that my family understood me because they looked at me like I was a failure. They looked at me like I would never be anyone, or I would never become anyone greater, or someone with success. And I kind of felt like I was, they looked at me like I was a disgrace, you know, because I had, sisters that are in college. I've never been to college. I tried going to college. It just never worked out for me. And so everybody was just, was looking at me like I was a disgrace in my family. Nobody understood my gifts. Nobody understood who I was. Nobody understood what my life purpose was. But I knew that God had a purpose for me. I knew that God had a blessing for me. And I never let anyone get to me. I never, allow my families to to crush my dreams, because there are going to be people in your family who are going to think that you will never be somebody in life. They think that you will never reach success. They think that just because you haven't gone to college, that you will never, just elevate or just be successful, But I knew that I had a dream that nobody understood. I had a dream that nobody believed in, and I had to believe in myself. I had to believe in myself. And I knew that God believed in me. So you know, all those previous music videos that I put on YouTube was with was when I was, living with my mom. That's when I started to create my own videos. I started to create my own music videos by using what God gave me because you don't need to have a lot of money to create something. You just all you need is what you have. All you need is what God has provided for you. And that's, and you the only person that can stop you is yourself. The only person that can stop you is you. And I didn't let nobody stop me from my dreams. I didn't let nobody stop me or make me feel like, I would never be anything in life because I knew that I had a gift. I knew that God gave me a gift to use, and that's what I started to do. I started to use my gifts. I started to sing more. I started to write more. I started to use what I had. I didn't have much, but I knew that it was enough to create something. And so always use your gifts. Don't be afraid just because you don't have a lot of money or you don't have a lot of support or you don't have people to mix your music for, just use what you got. God gave you a gift and you have to use your gift or nobody's gonna know that you are gifted because you are keeping your gifts inside and you're not showing the world what you're made of. And that is something that I didn't want for myself. I wasn't just gonna, continue living this way. I wasn't just gonna continue on depending on my mom. No, I had to depend on myself. I had to raise myself. God God was the one that was giving me wisdom, that was giving me hope, that was giving me faith, not to give up on myself, and that's what I did. I didn't give up. I didn't give up. I continued praying. I continued asking God what I needed. I said, God, I need this. I need that. God, give me someone who's going to love me. Give me someone who's going to value me. Give me someone who wants to spend the rest of their life with me. Give me someone who loves me for me. Don't give me someone that's going to use me for my money. Don't give me someone that's going to waste my time. I need someone that's going to be with me through my ups and downs. I need someone that's going to love me through bad or worse or through bad and good. I need someone who sees my gift, who see my greatness. Don't give me someone that is gonna waste my time. Cause I listen, I've let so many people waste my time. I've let the wrong people use up all my time, and that had to stop. I got rid of numbers. I got rid of friends. I got rid of a lot of people in my life because they were wasting my time. And I'm not gonna surround myself with fake people anymore. That's not what I'm gonna do. Okay, I need some real people that's gonna support me. I need some real friends that's gonna be there for me. And if you're not gonna be there for me, bye. That we don't need to talk anymore. We don't need to hang out anymore. Bye. That's how I was. That's how I feel right now, till this day. And then God started still opening doors for me. I created BandLab, started doing music on BandLab, and I got a lot of, followers on BandLab. I had people started listening to my music. They loved my music, and I didn't stop that. I didn't stop. I kept going because I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. God gave me a gift to sing, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna sing, you know, and Lord. And then God finally gave me a home. He finally gave me a home after being homeless for 7 years. Let me tell you something. All those 7 years that even though I was homeless, I was never like, I never slept outside. No, I was homeless, but I was living with my mom. I was homeless, but I still had a roof over my head. I was homeless, but I still had food to eat. I was homeless, but I still had clothing to wear. You understand me? God was there with me all this long. Everybody else disappeared. My so called friends disappeared. See, people are going to be there for you when you're only up. But when you hit rock bottom, who's going to be there for you? When you hit rock bottom, that's how you know who's your real friends. Because when you hit rock bottom, people start to leave you. People start to disappear. They stop calling you. They stop reaching out to you. That's how I knew that, God was showing me people's true colors, you know. And so I thank God for everything. I thank God for opening my eyes. I thank God for showing people's true colors to me. I thank God for showing me who really is there for me. I thank God for delivering me out of an abusive relationship. I thank God for saving me. I thank Jesus for saving my life because everything that I've gone through has made me a stronger person. Everything that I've gone through has made me a better person than I was 7 years ago. I gave up a lot of things just so that I could have peace in my life. And when I started, giving up things, that's when God started opening doors for me. That's when God started blessing me. That's when God started answering my prayers because He saw the change in me. He saw that I wanted a better future, not just for me, but a better future for my child. And then God not just gave me a home, but God blessed me with someone who was going to be there for me. He blessed me with someone who loves me for me, who didn't love me just because I had money, who didn't love me just because I had this or that. God blessed me with someone who's going to value me. And this person, because I know that this person was sent from God, you know. And I just thank God for everything. I thank God for just never giving up on me. And I thank God for not allowing me to give up on me because I kept the faith. I kept, you know, I kept the faith to not give up on God. And that's exactly what I did. And God, He opened doors for me and He blessed me with a home. Okay, now I have a home where nobody can tell me what to do. I have a home where I don't have rules over my head. Someone that's gonna tell me what I shouldn't do or what. This is my home. I'm gonna do what I want to do in my house. Okay, and I love my mother too. Listen, I love my mom, but I don't want to live with I don't want to live with my mom. I'm a grown woman. I want my own place. I want my own privacy. You understand? Like, so I just thank God for everything, and I'm not going to let the enemy crush my spirit. I'm not going to let the enemy to, I'm coming, honey. I'm not going to let the enemy to just make me feel like God doesn't love me. God loves me. And at that time, people thought that, God was punishing me. My mother thought that God was punishing me. My mother even said that, Millie, you need to change your life. You need to change your life. Like, dang, my mom was going hard on me, like, for real. But I never, let people's opinions affect me because I knew that God wasn't punishing me. No, I wasn't going through all of that just because God was punishing me. I was going through all of that because God needed to change me. He needed to change my heart, and that's exactly what happened. So I hope that this message, um, I just hope that this message has brought some kind of courage to someone who's gone through what I've gone through. And I just want you to know that Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith, because God has the power to change your life. He has the power to change all things if you just don't lose hope. Okay, so be blessed, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.